What's up, guys? Today we are doing a fresh file run because I used every single monster in the game. That's right. Every single monster from the regular version to the shifted version I've used. So there's not really anything left to test out on a casual playthrough, so I'm doing a fresh file run. I haven't done one since the demo. So I'm curious what's changed since then. Is it possible to get a win on a fresh file run with no meta progressions? What do you guys think? I think so, right? I was able to do in the demo, but the demo was the demo. A lot of things weren't nerfed. How do I, yeah, a lot of things weren't nerfed. We didn't have too much to fight. It was just star spawn. There was no scary Hectate or Chernobog. So I am curious, can you beat it on a fresh file? That's what we're about to find out today. I also received an email from Square Enix that I will be getting Dragon Quest 1 and 2 game keys. So I'll be busy on the 30th onward, so I figured now is the best time to see if this is possible before I don't really get the opportunity. So that does mean I won't be streaming this and doing playthroughs on the channel for a bit. Apologies for those who are just here for Aethermancer. It doesn't mean I'll leave, because if you look back on the channel, we've done a bunch of runs when the demo first came out. And then I went and played some games, and I'm back. So I have a bunch of challenge runs. I wrote down some quote-unquote god runs that I would like to do, but I haven't gotten to them yet. So after today's run, it'll be a break from uploads for this game. But I will be playing Dragon Quest, so anyone playing Dragon Quest, you know, I welcome you on the journey for that. I've never played 1 and 2, so it'll be cool to play it in its all goodness of 2D HD graphics. Ugh. You guys like the, I think it's called HD 2D remakes? That's what they call those games? But yeah, like Octopath Traveler, Triangle Strategy, like that type of art style. I love it. It's so pretty, but it also feels retro. So that's what I'll be doing for the next two weeks minimum. 2 weeks minimum. We'll see how long the game is, because I believe the 1 and 2 isn't that long. That's why they're putting them as a bundle package, whereas 3 was on its own because 3 had a lot of content. That's my understanding of it. Maybe I'm wrong. But, yeah. But back to this run, we're pretty much dominating. The starts, I couldn't really do much. I was banking on a crit on that wind kick, but I just didn't get it, so you gotta work with what you get, you know? And I went with Cherufe out of the other starters because I believe Cherufe and Minikawa, you know, that's just my belief. I believe these two are actually the harder starters to get a win with, whereas Jotun is the easiest and Nixie is the second easiest. Now keep in mind, for those watching the playthroughs, I know you guys done a good amount of runs by now. You have to remember what it's like as a first timer. They don't know anything about the game. I'm talking about literally a fresh person coming into the game. If you would recommend one starter to a fresh player, what would you recommend to them if you want them to get a win, to enjoy their run, and push them, right? Encourage them to do more runs. I would say Jotun. Jotun is the easiest starter to get your first win with. And then if you want to spice it up, you could try out Nixie. And then if you want to go from there, I would probably say Minikawa. And then if you want it to be a little harder, Chirufe. But obviously, by the time you get those runs in, they would have captured some monsters, so maybe that order would differ depending on which creatures they've captured up to that point. But that's my assessment of what I would recommend to players. Curious what you guys would say, though. Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, I saw that Mandy, and we want to take out the Mandy. Instead of using Ignite, I'm actually going to use Fire Fang, because Orthrus wants to attack as many times as possible with the bare minimum of 2. It wants to at least attack twice every round, because the first time Orthrus attacks in a round, it heals your ally with the lowest HP, but the second time it actually gains a power for the rest of the fight, which is very strong, as you could tell. A permanent attack increase for the rest of the fight is very good. For those who don't know, if this is your first time watching, this is a good one. So Grapple, it's a 2 times 3. That means Grapple's going to hit 2 times for 6 damage. Now if we look at Ignite, it's a 3x3. That means it's going to hit 3 times for 3 hits. So when you get a power increase, it's the second number that's increasing. So as you can see, Orthrus with 2 power, it's now doing 7 instead of 5. So that means it went from 10 damage to 14. So that permanent 1 attack each round that you could stack up, it adds up. Trust me, you want to be getting that. Now right here, I'm just going to kill the Cockatrice because it can be annoying. Whereas the Mandy is by himself. Mandy's not going to do anything. Sure, she's healing up. She's going to be topped up. But I'm not afraid of no Mandy. Mandy is going to die. I'm going to chew her up and spit her out. Okay, so this is a good example. So even though I didn't break her poise, Mandy's doing an action, but she had a burn stack on her. So since Mandy had a burn stack, that means Mandy takes fire damage, and since that's 1 fire damage, it counts as poise damage, therefore killing Mandy. And right there, I could have just killed it with Fire Fang, but I chose not to, because if you know you're going to win a fight, it's always recommended to use actions of other allies, like support actions or tiny damaging actions, so you could get more worthiness for them, so you could level up your worthiness quicker. That's a cool little trick that I always recommend to anyone starting out. Get as many actions as you can while still getting the win. If you could prolong the fight without dying, like a boss fight, like by breaking their poise and getting just some extra actions, that's probably the best way to farm some worthiness. Alright, so we got 2 Wolpentingers and a Cockatrice. There's no way in hell Cockatrice is going to use its scary action Explosive Rush. So I'm going to hit one of the Wolpentingers, get their poise low, and we did get a Earth Aether, which means I could now grapple one of them and cancel. That's why I wanted to do that. Unfortunately, we do not have double fire. I'm going to see if I could fish for a Fire Aether with this. Oh, beautiful! That's why you want to generate your random Aethers before you commit to the turn. So now I could do Fire Fang here. because we know we're using grapple on the top one, right? Which will break its poise, so I don't have to worry about it doing anything. And we still got that 1 power that round instead of missing it because of the random Aether we got from generating a sidekick, thanks to Sidekick Generator. Very good. Right here, I'm actually not going to use Fire Fang because this Cockatrice is doing Explosive Rush, which hits like a truck, and you do not want that going out. So if you see that going out, stop it. Stop that in its tracks. Right here, I'm going to do Sidekick, get it low on HP. Since it's doing an action, it's going to kill itself. Just like over here, it's doing another action, which will trigger the burn. So they just kill themselves. Burn triggers when an enemy is doing an action, in case anyone does not know. I'm actually going to do tiny hits here. So each of us gets some worthiness. And we finish the fight. None of those look good. Oh, that's actually decent. Both of those. Oh wow, all three are actually good. Cosmic Healing being the weaker one because getting 50 heals is going to take a while. This one's decent. We heal for how much? I heal for 5, so every 3 rounds I get 1 free sidekick. But every time I use Fire Fang, I generate a random Aether, which pays back for itself, kind of. Instead of costing 2, you could say it costs 1. So I'm going to take that instead. You'll notice once you start playing this game a lot that Aether is probably the most important resource in the game for almost any team. So if you could generate some Aether, you're winning. And this right here is insane. Electrical Bolts. It gives me 2 sidekicks, and since I have Sidekick Generator, I'm going to get 2 random Aether. So it's 3 mana, generate 2 Aether, and give your whole team 2 temporary power. That's very strong, because it could technically be saying it costs only 1 Aether. So I'm going to be taking that. That is spicy. I'm not going to use this event. I usually... well, it depends on the player. I like using my events going into the next floor. But if you are new to the game and you just want a little advantage to win your fights, that is a good thing to pick up. I would recommend a new player picking it up because it does help them out. Alright, so right here we're going to do the Fire Fang since we generated Sidekick. Sidekick generated gives us an Aether. Now we have a Water Aether where we could do Bubble Trick, which generates a random Aether. So yeah, this cost 1 and this cost 3. But we got back 2 Aether. So we just did 2 actions for 1 Aether, essentially. That's pretty good! Very strong turn. Ooh, that double dodge? Okay. Juicy. Yeah. It's doing that scary action, so we're just going to not let that happen. We're going to Bubble Trick, get a random Aether, then have the Orthrus hit there. Going to hit this with Ignite since my signature allows me to break poise whenever I put burn on the enemy. The Ooze just breaks on its own because Ooze is Earth Element and poison damage does Earth poise breaks, so it broke itself because it puts itself on fire. So that was pretty cool. Since we have allies generating sidekick and almost paying back themselves, Lightning Chaos is a pretty good AoE. It was the strongest in the demo for speedrunning. I wonder how that fares in a casual run. Probably not that good, but we'll just test it out. If I get sidekick here, it's over. Ooh, we don't. I'll take the power though. A permanent 1 damage increase for 2 fights. That's really strong. We don't have equipment. Equipment is very good. It gives you like permanent buffs for the run. So always look out for those. The sword icon being the equipment NPC. Since my monsters don't have an equipment, we will just give them a rare or common equipment choice here. So both of them are common. I think I'm going to take the orb because it increases burn damage and generates an extra Aether. It's unfortunate. I would want this on my Cherufe. I'll put it here. This Cherufe is generating water, not water, fire and earth Aether, which is mostly what we're using, while Wolpentinger is generating water and wind. But at least that means I'll most likely always have a bubble trick. Alright. Want to Fire Fang this down. Sidekick generator U. I think I'm just gonna basic attack here and generate some Aether, so next turn we could do a really strong turn and probably just kill them all. Good dodge. Ooh. Damn, they're trying to kill my boy. Alright, so this action right here costs 3 fire and 2 wind. So I technically have to do it. I don't have Aether for other things right now. Well, it turned out that was a really good turn. We're gonna bubble trick, hopefully get fire. We do! Beautiful. GG. So since we picked the water blessing from the Aether Spring, the corruption we're getting isn't too bad because every fight we win, we're reducing it by 1. Now this thing as a new player, you usually want to use it to get Aether crystals for meta progression. But if you're just more concerned with the run and you want to win, you want to pick the second option to get gold, so you could use it at the merchant to have a higher chance of winning. I'm actually gonna get this into bubble trick range so we could pop it. And we could bully the cockatrice afterwards. Yep, perfect. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Okay, it's just dead. It's just dead. Sorry, not sorry. Dang, they keep targeting my Wolpentinger. I don't know if Wolpentinger is gonna make it. Stop hurting my boy. Did I just kill it? Killing it sounds good. Yeah, I'll kill it. I'm going to use the action we copied, because they'll break the poise, which will prevent it from attacking me, which will reduce some corruption on my Wolpensinger so it doesn't die. So right here we're going to use a passive action, because it does no damage. Now, anything I do kills it, so I'd rather my Orthrus gets the level up. As if I remember correctly, Orthrus's worthiness level 3 is stronger than Cherufe's. Oh, we're not even level 2, so yeah, we want level 2 for sure. This is decent. I'll take it. Free actions are good, especially since we're generating Aether. In a boss fight, I'm most likely not going to be using Lightning Chaos, so it doesn't matter for that. In trash fights, though, I would like to use Lightning Chaos, so having my allies generating a little more is good. While that would help my Wolpensinger right now, it doesn't help in the long run. Ooh, the Meteorite's a great pickup. It infuses your basic attack with an element, so now you deal that element's damage. Which I think I'm going to give to Cherufe. Because the other two are doing basic attacks to generate Aether, right? And while Cherufe can do stuff, it's probably beneficial that Cherufe generates the basic attacks, because the two have sidekicks while Cherufe doesn't. That way we could generate a ton of Aether and then dump it the next turn for more damage. I like everything we have so far. So I don't want a witch. I don't have enough gold for the merchant that I would like to go to it. So we're actually gonna take the random loot. Alright, plus 1 XP, nice. Getting to level 4 is pretty good. Cruelty is decent. It gives you force buff, which guarantees your next hit is a crit. Now if it's a multi-hit, then it's only the first hit of the multi-hit that's crits. So it's really strong on single target hits. And whenever an enemy becomes broken with its poise, it refreshes the buff. So it's pretty good if you start playing strong and breaking poise. Alright, so that was just telling you about poise on the bosses, which you guys know. You match the color, and you break the poise. In Warden's case, however, you see that it's white. That means Warden can take damage from any element, and it will break its poise. That's all that little pop-up was saying. We're actually going to burn it here, because this burn's going to be good damage for the rest of the run. Because unlike poison, burn does not go down each round. It stays there. So that could rack up real quick. And every time I spend 3 fire Aether, Cherufe puts a burn on the enemy, so that's really good. Since it's doing 2 actions, I'm going to want to burn it again, just so it takes as much burn damage as possible. Good dodges! Purging my Aether, yo! Not cool. Hitting the top, which is actually fine because Cherufe has a good amount of HP, so I don't have to worry about healing him. going to actually grapple, because the top action it's doing is a Volcanic Guard, which is a very powerful counter. If you can avoid him doing that, do it. It will save you a ton of HP. Oh, nice! The boots came in handy. You got double dodges there. Alright, and this should be the win. Remember, always get as much damage as you can before the fight's over. Beautiful. So for Cherufei's signature, whenever burn triggers, it breaks a poise. So when I use 3, since it's this aura is on Cherufei, it will also trigger its signature. If this aura was on another monster, it wouldn't trigger because it's not coming from Cherufei. So we're going to pick Rising Fire because of the same exact reason. Because when we trigger burn, we put another burn, so that's another poise. Alright, you always want to talk to the pot because it reduces some of your corruption by 15. And that could be reduced even more with meta progressions as you continue playing. Actually gonna take the Void because it gives us Wild Aether to spend in combat. That's very strong. Now, while we do have an equipment on everyone, it's not their ideal item they want. So, going to the Knight, and if we get Upgrade, I'm not going to enjoy upgrading any of those. So, instead, I think I'm going to take the Artifact and see if we could get something that's good here, too. Now, the one thing with the Artifact NPC, sometimes it could upgrade your Artifact and refresh your charges. So instead of talking to them right away, I suggest you do a battle or two and see if you could use the artifact in combat. So that way if it does refresh the charges, you get more value from it than wasting that aspect of it. Alright, let's see. I'm going to attack the one that's healing. I'm going to pop this. And I'm going to actually cancel that healing and hit here since we're getting a double wind poise break because of the force. Going to heal up. Beautiful. Could actually do Lightning Chaos to break a bunch of Aether, which we're going to do. Aether. A bunch of Poise, sorry. Which is good interruption, which helps us out. Bubble trick here, see what Wild Aether we get. Unfortunate we didn't get the fire one, but it's all good. We prevented damage this turn, which is great. No one's hurting too much, so I'm gonna Fire Fang down here. And then we're going to AoE. Guarantee that one's dead. And then hit that one in the back. The reason I'm not using the actions that I have stored is because I don't need to, because if you use them, you lose them. Unless the enemy uses action, then you learn those. And I like the ones we have stored because they're damaging. Well, they were. Now we got rid of that. But, yeah, I'm keeping that one. Dang, unfortunately we did not get a crit, but I guess fortunately that means I get to do more actions, which gives us more poise. So if you can get a True Rufe like I have, you're going to be in a very dominant position. It's a very good Orthrus, True Rufe to have. Every 50 healing. Well, let's see. This is 6 in our hit. So every 5 rounds I generate a Wild Aether. Yeah, I don't know about that one. This one's decent. Every time I get power, I do an AoE heal of 3. That could come in clutch, actually. Or we take a support attack, so when I use Energy Charm, I still get a hit, which heals, and it counts towards its passive. I think I'm gonna go with Power Healing. It adds some sustain to the team, so I may not have to use a flask. Nosferatu is scary. I recommend you killing that first every time you can, if there's one in the pack. It could deal severe damage to your team. Let's bubble trick that, get some Aether, and break its poise. And let's not have that go out. Okay, I could do this now. That's some decent damage. Let's see, what do I get here? I'm actually gonna use this. And I'm gonna Lightning Chaos. Get some AoE damage on all of them. I don't want this using AoE. That was a lot of free burn right there. I'm gonna do this healing. Get this low. And then we're gonna sidekick this. Now I get to AoE them. Remember, get as many actions as you can before the kill, so you can get that worthiness up. This one does not kill. Never mind, we got lucky and got a crit. We did pick up Electrical Jolt, but we're not using it as I thought I would. If I would use a Wind action, I guess I would use this over Wind Kick. Yeah, it does less damage, but it gives me Sidekick, which helps out my teammates. Wow, we're not getting anything here. These pickups suck. So that right there looks like a dead end, but with a meta progression, it actually opens up a passage that links together with this door at the top. Alright, so since we went into combat and I did use an artifact, now I'll talk to her. Okay, so she just gives me one. Stealing is nice, especially if they have burn. If you steal from an enemy and it interrupts their action, it triggers burn. And since we are spreading a bunch of burn, this could be good, so I'm gonna take that. Chromatic Scroll's nice, but I have one of each element in this team composition, so I don't really feel like I need that. I'm gonna hit the Grimoire. Grimoire is scary. It could set up a lot of Aether for its team and then pop off, so if we could shut that down, that'll be really good. Which we can. Sweet. Wow, we could almost just kill the book right away. As much as I would like to, this is good poise and canceling. Nice, the boots dodged that hit. Love to see it. Alright, that's good Aether generation. Let's see if we get lucky and get a crit. We do. Beautiful. Alright. Going to copy this action that we did. Grapple, break it. Get that out of there. And I'll just generate some Aether for next turn. Just going to kill this since the Domovoy's healing. Don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna use this as support. Oh wow, that kills it. Because the burn damage is gonna kill it before it gets to heal. Or we just get crits. Nice. Jewel Cutter, that is amazing. I love Jewel Cutter. It's one of my favorite actions on a crit monster. Fire, damage increase, and temporary power. Yeah, I'm just not liking that base effect though. We might be using these orbs until the run ends, huh? Alright. I'm gonna pick the Aether Spring because this is a free Aether every turn. Very powerful. You definitely want to get it. This you only get this effect though if you pick the first Aether Spring in Biome 1. Alright, so we're using a lot of fire actions, so it's a no-brainer. You want a free fire Aether every turn. Blank Memento doesn't really do much for us. Because I want to showcase you could beat the game with just a default starting team. If you pick Cherufe, you automatically get Wolpentinger, and then depending if you captured Cockatrice or Orthrus, this would be your team right here. Alright. Going to Fire Fang over here. Going to Bubble Tricks this. And I guess we Ignite here, which will trigger AoE fire on everyone, breaking one poise, beautifully getting rid of the Grimoire's actions too. Dang, not a single dodge? Yikes. That hurt. No, just for that. Dang, he dodged a hit. You bastard. Yeah, we're in a tough spot here. Well, good thing I picked up this whip. We're gonna cancel this AoE action. I do not want that going out. Could actually break its poise here, no? Oh, but we just don't get it. Going to regular basic attack, generate some Aether for next turn. Turns out that AoE heal whenever we get power is actually putting in some work, huh? Alright, we are all really low and hurting. Alright, I'm getting targeted at the bottom, so I'm gonna heal here. Oh, you gotta love when that wildfire triggers, baby. That's some beautiful shit right there. Yeah, I can do this, actually. Better to get it one at a time, so we could just get some extra actions out for some worthiness bonus going on. Like right here, I want to heal. I could do the AoE buff now. That just kills it. Remember, we don't want to just straight up kill them. We want to use as many actions as we can. Alright, well played. Okay, we got to level 2. That's good. We got a damage +1 and 5 more health. We already have a free action. Icy Assault's pretty nice. On Interrupt, I get 2 sidekicks. Alright, let's look at this. I have Fire. wind and earth in boss fights. It's very rare that I'll be using this. We have water, wind, and then I have water, fire. So we technically have everything. Only one, well, we have earth, earth. We have double water, triple fire, and double wind. So I think I'm going to take this one just to get a better water action, and it scales better with Orthrus. Because remember, every power we get, that second number increases. Ooh. I think I'm going to take this instead, just because it has the Aether perk. While dodging means you take no damage, the armor means I just take reduced damage. So if I'm getting hit for 5, that 2 shields will soak 2 of the hits, and I'll get hit for 3, whereas if I dodged it, I would have gotten hit for nothing. So that's the downside of taking that, but I think it's worth it because generating an Aether 33% at a time is really strong. Alright, we're going to heal up here. Getting hit from all fronts. Alright, I'm gonna use a wild crystal. Because I want to get these attacks out. Really? Huh. Yeah, cancel an action and kill somebody? That sounds good. Sucks that we couldn't kill him right away to just let that sidekick go to someone else, but I'll take that. Good value, good value. Alright, our Chirufe is putting in some work. So yeah, this is now 5-5, which is crazy good. It's only going to keep scaling. Going to hit it since it has terror. Counts as wild damage on the first hit, so we could break it easier. And I'm going to do just that. Now let's see, what do we do here? I could do that, or I could guarantee it breaks. I think I'll do this. AoE damage, it will break. And I get more value from this anyway. Yeah, this just straight up kills it. Let's not do that. We want the enemy alive. So I could milk them for as much damage. So I get as much worthiness. Nice! Alrighty. Since we're always going to be critting with the force, well, not always, but a good chance, critical hybridization's really nice. Basic attack should generate a water Aether. Oh, wind, sorry. I'm tempted to put it on Wolpentinger because it's getting sidekicks and forces. So every time it gets a buff, there's a 15% chance it gets another stack of that buff. which is very nice. I don't think I need it though. I don't think I need it. I like what we have going. Nosferatu gots to go. That's not nice of you. Why are you attacking my Wolpensinger? I'll basic attack. Let's see, what are we canceling? Yeah, I'll cancel that wild Aether generation nonsense. This is good value. How do I capitalize on that? Beautiful? Nice! That was really good. Wowzers. Team's doing really well. I like it. There we go, nice double crits. Traits. Oh, I could reroll. Yeah, I'll reroll. Yeah, since we're getting so many burns, rapid fire is really nice to trigger those burns again. There we go, a lance. Now a lance goes a long way. So each sidekick is now wild. Really good. They're breaking any poise. Ooh. Wind actions, huh? Oh, we do have a decent amount of wind actions. They'll give me an extra sidekick. Yeah, I'll take it. I believe this was 5 HP. I guess Wolpensinger has the lowest HP pool. I'll give it to him just so he could maybe stabilize and we win the run. Okay, is there anything I want to re-roll? This is all great fire synergy, so no. This is great for boss fights, good trash, good boss, yeah. Good, good, yeah, these two synergize really well. Synergy, this heals, AoE wise, yeah, like everything's just good. Yeah, I'll just take a random loot. Whew. That's a lot of ether generation on basics, huh? I did say I took the armor because of the ether chance, but if a basic can guarantee 2 generations, that's really nice. I'll take that instead then. No height advantage. Alright, we're going in raw. Alright, so this would be where the demo ends. Do I win or do I lose, though, in early access? It's going on the top and middle. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna heal you down here. I'm gonna basic attack to generate some ether, and then I'm gonna fire fan. And since this fight's gonna last a while, I'm gonna generate some ether here. That's some good ether generation. Beautiful. And a nice double dodge. W's. Okay. Now what are you doing? Fire. Lovely. That means I want to avoid using fire actions if I can. Oh, I could just pop you. But it'll still get ether from fire actions, so I don't want to... So I guess this turn I just chill on my Orthrus. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna pop him. So those basic attacks from Orthrus does more damage. Actually, yeah, let's not take a Icy Assault. We'll get rid of that. Oh, I could hit some hard. I have a Spear Aether right now. It's okay, he's not dying right away. Let's just generate some Aether and chill. Alright, can we win on this turn? That would be great. Looks like we can. Alright, GG. We got past the tutorial, or the demo. Let's see if we could do Biome 3 on a fresh file. Skull Rear. Ooh. Okay, now that's good because we're burning. Yeah, that's just really good. That's what she was looking for. Beautiful. Fortunately, our pot's only cleansing 15, so my Wolpentinger is still corrupted. Let's see. This is a slightly better orb. I think I'm gonna gonna take this and this for rooms, and we could get some XP here actually. Do I have a free action? I don't, do I? I don't. I think I'm gonna take a free action. Oh, we picked up this. Oh, okay, so we get rid of this then. Yeah, I mean, I'm never using wind kick when we have sidekick generator. That's just a mistake. I could upgrade. The skull's good because it buffs my lightning chaos and our jewel cutter. That's dope. And the lance is good. Yeah, I'm gonna go see if we could upgrade our equipment. Trade in, huh? Alright, let's see what we could trade this in for. Ooh, a talisman. I think I'll take the talisman. Yeah. Because I was on the fence about it, but that's an epic talisman. Yeah. That's some good value right there. Naga's scary. Wow, this is gonna be tough. Yeah, if Naga does a flame skewer, that's gonna hurt me too much, man. We gotta prevent that if we can. And that's exactly what it's trying to do. Son of a gun. Oh, let's stop that. I think that's overreacting. Yeah, it's not too bad. Dodge? Damn, no dodging, huh? Alright. Very unfortunate. Oh, they dodged that. Whew. That's so much corruption already on the first fight. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, this guy is not backing off. He's still doing a flame skewer. We're gonna trigger this burn, see if we get some poise breaks off of that. Yeah, let's just do this. Beautiful. Okay, I managed to get out of that first fight. These fights are gonna be really brutal, guys. We're in the end of the game here, where it's expected that you have meta progression. So you gotta sweat our little butts off to get the win. Nice. Damage +1 is gonna be very helpful. I do not have a free action. I take free action. Do I take free action? I take free action. Gives us an Earth sidekick attack. Yeah, I'm not using Water Pounce or Aqua Pounce at all. Ooh, a tree. A tree is very good. A tree represents +1 Aether. I'm gonna get rid of that health, yeah? Yeah, let's get rid of that health on Charufe. And give me +1 Aether. To ensure I get to do some good stuff. Ooh, Naga or Medusa? Two evils. I'll take out Medusa first, I think. We do have a lot of fire action, so yeah, there's a good chance I get to take her out. Don't even have to deal with her. Ooh, maybe we do have to deal with her. Let's trigger that burn on it. Pass it on, nice. Generate some ether here. And a burn, baby, burn! God damn, that's beautiful. Now that was a turn. That was a turn. We were afraid of a monster and we had to get rid of that thing. Okay. Damn, bro, this is going so hard. Oh. Oh yeah, this gives me a sidekick. Did we do that? It doesn't? I thought it would've. Alright, let's just chill. Because I was banking on this burn just killing the enemy, so I didn't have to do anything, but the Sphinx isn't even attacking, so we don't have to be that uptight. Let's just get some worthiness. Dang, anything just kills, huh? Use as much ether as I can then, and then we kill. Damn! Yo, I need that in boss fights? What the heck? That was a lot of damage. That's what I like to see. Ooh, sleight of hands. Every third hit's a critical. Do we have that? This is. That's about it. I'd rather make my sidekicks 2-2, right? Yeah, because with the power gain we're getting from Orthrus, he's the mainly benefiting. Yeah, this is better. Alright, so we got 2 fights out the way. Let's see what's the last one. It has an Omnits in it. Ooh. An Omnits, Medusa. Alright, we'll take out the Medusa. Actually, I'm gonna Bubble Trick first, because it has Terror on it. And now, I'm gonna Fire Fang it. Beautiful. Let me steal Aether from you guys. Can't cancel anything, huh? In that sense, I'll hit you. Actually, yeah, this is first run, so I don't even think Amit has returned to Aether, but if it did, you still wouldn't want to hit it, so yeah, that was the right call. Alright, what do we got here? Do I have to get that low? Oh, I do, don't I? Yeah, let's get this out of here. Oh, hello. Totally forgot about that. Yeah, I want to get this out of here so I don't have to think about it. Yeah, this one's attacking me. The Sphinx is buffing. I don't care if the Sphinx buff, because it's not doing anything with those buffs. Because its ally is neutered. Dang, those were some nice crits. Alright, W bullying. Yo, this is actually a really good team for a fresh file. I don't know if a newcomer would be able to pilot this, but someone that has experience in the game might. There were some close calls. We could have died. But we're not out of the woods yet. I could still lose this run at any moment. Alright, so what did I pick? I picked water and fire. That means my water damage could do one more, or my fire damage could do one more. Ignite. Nothing. Fire Fang. Or I go to the cook. I go to the cook. Yeah, just 2 actions doing 1 more damage. That's not worth it. The cook could give me something that's much more valuable. Okay, random XP is not what I had in mind. Alright, so there's 2 fights left on this 4. That's 6 XP. So these 2 will level up, no doubt. My Wulpin can possibly get to 10, so... Let's see. Oh, we got 4? Okay. Let me eat this plant. Eat the plant. Yep, Cherufe, burn. I want a burn trait. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Although this is good too. For every burn stack, we increase our crit chance. That's actually really good too. But whenever we purge or steal, so I'm stealing. You're stealing. You're not doing anything. You're a good boy. That's 2 burns we could get on the enemy. I like that. Even though it's just 2 strong. As that could allow for multiple chaining. On the enemy's turn when they get triggered with the burn. What do we steal? We need to steal a fire? Damn, no fire stealings? If there's no fire stealings, I'm gonna basic them. Generate the fire aether. And then bite one of y'all. Did we bite one of them? I'm gonna actually kick one of these because they have terror. And now I'm gonna bite one of the snakes. Ooh, nice dodge. Alright. Can we do some stealing now? Ooh, yeah. Not only are we stealing, but we're burning them? Yes, let's go. Heal up here. Steal. Again? Bubble kick you. Get this guy and cleanse my poison. Damn, these guys are getting just destroyed. I like it. Full dominant control. Yes. Just get that burn stack really high, shall we? Alright, we want to kill this dude. He's doing AoE. That could hurt us a lot. Yeah, get him out of the picture. All about that ether. There we go. There we go. That's the synergy I like to see. Alright, with no meta progressions, we're actually doing pretty good. For every 100 healing, we could get 2 power for the rest of the fight. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. I like that. Yeah, I'll take it. Should we take it? Alright, I gotta remember, in the final fight, it copies my monsters and takes whatever buffs they have. So if it copies their power, that's gonna suck on me. YOLO? YOLO! Let's go. Ooh, Temporal Borealis. That is an amazing one to have. Much better than Electrical Jolt, in my opinion. Yeah, I thought Electrical Jolt was gonna get more usage, but I just found myself just generating sidekicks and killing the monsters that we didn't even need it. Okay, so the last fight's up here, huh? Let's just go down here real quick and see what else we have. Because if the fight's down there, that means an event's down here. Corruption Cleanse. That's actually good. That's good. Alright, so let's do the fight, see if we get any more corruption, and then we cleanse it off. Height advantage. Always get a height advantage when you can. That extra poise may not seem worth it, but it is. Okay, it has terror on it. I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna bite the snake. Going to steal. And I'm just going to hit it for some free damage and ether. Alright, so that turn we got 13 healing, or 14 healing. Pretty slow. Oh, chill. Actually, yeah, keep hitting him. If you're gonna hit somebody, hit him, cause we're gonna be cleansing that corruption from that plant. So, yeah, go ahead. Have a field day. Alright, I want to steal because it puts burn and gives me free sidekicks because it counts as a wind action. Yeah, no AoE. Don't do that around here. Don't do that thing. I'm actually curious. What if I just do this? Get you out of here. Burn synergy, man. It's popping off. I love it. Always steal. 3 burns. Okay, we're going in strong. Okay, HP is not the biggest of boosts, but maybe that 5 HP lets me survive and we went off of it. Who knows? We are definitely cleansing this corruption on Wolfentinger. Alright, looking good. We're squeaky clean, no corruption. I could upgrade something. This would be a nice upgrade. This is already maxed out. A lance upgrade to deal some more damage would be cool. Do we witch? Any witching? Nah, I think besides this being kind of mediocre, it still will get value in the fight, so not like it's dead. Like some traits you could have gotten, so let's pray for an upgrade. Trade in, man. Come on, bro. This is actually good. Supports my allies, gives me a chance to get power. We take. Alright. It's our first time fighting a fresh file Hecate. Hecatotanus or whatever. I don't know the name, man. But yeah. If I'm gonna do this, I want to burn it. Gonna temporal it. Get that stealing going on. W's. And we're just gonna basic to get a bunch of ether. Damn! That was beautiful. The trippies? Owie. Alright, we'll heal up me. Ooh. It's doing a lot right now, isn't it? But you gotta simmer down, my boy. Doing a lot of motion. Oh, it didn't go yet. Haha. Yeah, let's just generate the Aether, and then I could give it its turn again. Which will allow it to hit hard. Actually, who hits harder? 378? Hmm. 3, 7, 8. So it's off by 3, but this triggers sidekick. Hmm. Yeah, this one's gonna trigger 2 sidekicks though. So yeah, I think that's more damage overall. Don't forget to steal though. Reduce its resources since we were about to end our turn. You want to use an artifact that should help you in the following turn, which would be that. And now we Jewel Cutter, praying for crits. We got 2. I'll take it. Come on, guys. Yeah, you gotta learn how to dodge. No one's dodging? Damn, giving it free hits on me like that? That's messed up, bro. Alright, sensor's getting hit, so we want to heal it. In case the hit does go through. Steal. Steal. Ooh, no purging, huh? Hmm. Alright. Let's see if we get a crit. Nice. 1 crit. Alright. I have enough Aether to do this, which we shall. Can't stop it, so let's just hit it for as hard as we can. Oh, chill. Okay. Alright, we got through. We survived. Alright. It's gonna kill. I want to generate as many Aether as I can. Well, I guess that's it, huh? Who's not at Worthiness 3? Does it tell me anywhere? Worthiness 2, 3, 3. Okay, so Cherufe gets the kill. Alright. Alright! Ooh, it was so close. Alright. Crits trigger burn, huh? Nah, we chill. We might need to sustain this. Do we, though? Nah, we're good. Believe in ourselves. Yeah, we're good. We got this one. Bit nervous, because I've never done this, so... I don't know how hard it would be, since I've always done this with meta progression. This is my first time doing a fresh file run up to this point with a aggressive team. Ooh, sidekick. A stick with power, huh? That's really nice. Let's see. Let me get to level 10. There we go. Alright, we got some HP. I gotta take a whip. Yeah, I'll go in with this. Alright, fresh file, Chernobog. How scary can it be? Ah, I never had the tutorial for this. Oh. That's cool, I guess. Hmm. Yeah, this fight, we're definitely going to... want to break the arms. Without a doubt. Beautiful. W arm breakers. Actually, I'm just gonna pop this and take that one down too. Yeah, just take out the arm. I don't want to deal with that nonsense. Good dodge! Alright, now the real fight begins. I heal up. I steal. You steal. I sidekick. Okay, now I want to trigger these sidekicks. Okay, good job. Yeah, because if it clones me here, I don't want the enemy to copy my clone, so I'm gonna hit here. Use up my sidekick there. And we'll generate some ether for next turn. But the burn sticks around, so let's get as much burn as we can on the enemy. Okay, cool. So the only thing they're really capturing is the 3 power on Orthrus, which is completely fine. It's not the sidekick, so I'm happy about that. How lovely. Well, first we're stealing to spread the burn around. Alright, now what? Doesn't matter who I use this on, it's just to use it so we get the burn going. Gonna break you. Actually, this is good. Let's trigger that. If only one steel needs to cancel that. I got you. I'll generate there. There's no need for me to be BD here. Let's kill off the enemy's minions so we don't have to worry about this later. Damn, stupid arms are bad. Still would like to break these arms. Come on, one crit. Oh, beautiful. Alright! Pretty dominant position. I didn't feel too threatened this run. Alright, fresh file, Chernabog. It's going down to Cherufe, which I believe is the harder one to pilot to get this win. What do you guys think? That would have been pretty well. Obviously, like I said though, most players who are just starting out won't be able to do this because they don't have the knowledge of the monsters and everything, but for anyone looking to challenge them and stuff, this was pretty fun. It definitely pushed me to my limits to do this without any meta progression, any worthiness, any of that stuff. Definitely recommend. Had fun with it. Good way to go out for now until I come back to the game later. Thank you guys so much for watching the episodes, leaving your comments, sharing what you found with the game and everything. Like I said though, this isn't me saying goodbye. I will definitely be coming back to this game. I really enjoy it. But for now, I'm just going to be taking a small break to play Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and then I'll be back. And then probably in winter, I'll take another small break for Octopath Traveler 0. But those are good RPG games if you like turn-based games, and I would highly recommend you check them out, because I loved Octopath 1 and 2, and Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake was really good, so consider giving those a shot. But yeah, we just had a really good burn synergy for Cherufe. We had a sidekick generator, which doubled our hits, which kind of anti-synergy over here, because we want the hits to be bigger, but the real synergy was these two. Cruelty, giving me a guaranteed crit, and when we crit, we get this hit, so these two were really nice. And then over here, synergy was the sidekick generator with helping winds, and then healing power and ascension. So yeah, overall, really nice synergies on each monster to help us get that win. Let me know if you guys have done a fresh file run. What did you use to get it done with? And if you enjoyed this video, consider checking out yesterday's video where we used our very last monster in the early access right here. Until the next video, I'll see ya.